NASA and the Department of Energy have just tested a small fission nuclear reactor named Krusty kilowatt reactor using Stirling technology in the Nevada desert, in what could be a way to provide power for future space exploration or even a manned mission to Mars. Reuters reports that initial testing of the system components in a vacuum environment, part of NASA's kilowatt power project, have led to plans for a full power test in March. The kilowatt power test program will give us confidence that this technology is ready for spaceflight development, explained Lee Mason of NASA. In the past, NASA has used radioactive thermoelectric generators that use heat from naturally decaying radioactive elements to power projects like the Cassini spacecraft and Curiosity rover. This recent test is different in that it uses an active fission reaction, literally splitting atoms, to drive pistons for a more efficient conversion. NASA hasn't tested an active fission reactor since the 60s, according to Space.com. Their prototype uses a uranium-235 reactor core about the size of a paper towel roll. The kilowatt power output ranges from about 1 kilowatt, kW, about enough for a household appliance, to 10 kilowatts. A Mars mission would require about 40 kilowatts, so NASA would probably send 4 or 5 on such an expedition. So kilowatt power's compact size and robustness allows us to deliver multiple units on the single lander to the surface that provides tens of kilowatts of power, said Steve Yorchik of NASA's Space Technology Mission Directorate. Mars is a very difficult environment for power systems, with less sunlight than Earth or the Moon, very cold nighttime temperatures, very interesting dust storms that can last weeks and months that engulf the entire planet, Yorchik added. The reactor could last up to 10 years and provide power for life support systems in Martian habitats, charge up rovers and other equipment, and even convert ice into usable fuel. Without having to rely on solar power, kilowatt power eliminates the worry of lengthy dust storms or rationing power during nighttime hours. This new technology could provide kilowatts and can eventually be evolved to provide hundreds of kilowatts, or even megawatts of power, said Mason. We call it the kilowatt power project because it gives us a near-term option to provide kilowatts for missions that previously were constrained to use less. But first things first, and our test program is the way to get started.